What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm trying out something new. I got a mic on my chest, so hopefully it sounds good. This video is going to be quite a requested one. Probably one of my most asked questions I get is how much I make reselling. Although I don't want to go super into detail of what I make every month now, I will share with you guys how much I made in my very first year of reselling. Keep in mind, when I started, my first documented sale was January 24th, 2020. A little bit more than a year ago, I made my first sale that started everything. And keep in mind, when I started, I had literally nothing to my name. I don't think I got hit by the car and got that insurance check until like February, around there. And that's kind of when I started going a lot more into it. And if you guys don't know about that and how I started, there's a few videos on my channel of how I started and all that kind of stuff. And maybe if you want to start reselling, I have multiple videos on how I did that. But yeah, this video is going to be for all those people that are curious on how much I made my first year of reselling. Keep in mind, this is in no way a flex. I'm sure people made a lot more than me. I'm sure people made a lot less than me. This is just me, personally, how much I made my first year of reselling. With that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, let's dive into it. All right, so you guys can see right here, here's my spreadsheet, my 2021 sales spreadsheet. I know this is not a very crazy spreadsheet, but I don't know, this is just what I had to work with. So you can see here, my very first sale was some Yeezy V2 Sesames. I bought them from Plato's Closet for $55 and sold them for $67 immediately on GOAT. I posted them up. I took the pictures outside of the Plato's Closet and they sold before I got home because I had them up for literally almost nothing. I had them up for $150 and they were in pretty good condition. Keep in mind, I think they were like a size 5 as well. So now I would even buy those for $122. But I made a $67 profit in that. You can see it was pretty slow. I don't remember the dates when I bought everything because this was before, after the fact I started writing everything down. But you can see in January, I only had 3 sales. You can see another pair of shoes we sold, some Nike Diamond Dunks. I believe those were the white pair. They were extremely chewed up. And we made $54 on those. These Ultra Boost 4.0s right here, I bought them brand new from a Goodwill with the tag still attached, just no box. I got them for $35 and sold them on GOAT for a $41 profit. And then I only bought 4 shoes all of January. Some Sesame V2s, Diamond Dunks, Ultra Boost, and another pair of Diamond Dunks. I got those for $112 and sold those for $146. So you can see I was squeezing pretty tight margins back then. Like that shoe could have easily gone for $200, but I sold it for $146 because I wasn't very knowledgeable in the space of how much stuff was worth back then. I knew I could make money, but I just didn't know how much. So I would take anything I could get. In that case, it was $34. So in between January 25th and February 2nd is when I got rear-ended in a parking lot and I collected an insurance check for $800. And you can see January 2nd, I started buying some shoes, a lot. I bought 4 pairs, which is already the exact same amount I bought in all of January. You can see we bought some Chicago 13, some Cool Gray 11 lows, some Jordan 3 powder blues, Jordan 6 Carmines. Also, check out how much I was paying for these shoes back then. $48. This one was a little high. I lost money on this one. But you can see we're making negative $1 profit, $17 profit, 23, 52, 20. I really wasn't making much back then. I had a lot of losses. Minus 10 here, minus 15 there, minus 5 here, minus 250 there. Like you can just see, and also just look at the market back then. This was before the Last Dance documentary. So this was before everything really popped off for the Jordan market. Because this was when you could buy a lot of stuff for under $100. And I wouldn't really know how to price it. So I would price a lot of stuff really below market. Let's see, for this example, let's find these. Jordan 4 white cements, I picked them up for $55. This was the one with the Nike Air in the back. And I sold them for $100, dude, $100. Now, if I had that shoe, I would be able to get at least $250 for it. And I made a $45 profit on that. Some Jordan 1 gold toes. Peep how much I bought those for. $124. Sold them for an $11 profit. Jordan 4 Motorsports, bought them for $20. Jordan 1 Royals, bought them for $130. There was another shoe on here that this one right here. Jordan 1 Storm Blues. I bought them for $175 back then and sold them for a loss of $5. That's just crazy to me because that same shoe is going for around $500 to $600 right now. Keep in mind that it was used, but still $175. And then right above that, you can see Jordan 1 Obsidians. Everybody knows how much those go for. Bought them for $175. That's just where the market was. It just shows you how much the market can change in a year. Now those same shoes used are going for $300, $400, more than 200%. No, I'd say yeah, around 150 to 200% increases. And that's just on the used market. Like it's just crazy to see how much things change in a year. So we fast forward, you can see sales were still pretty slow back then. You can see I was buying probably 20 pairs, 30 pairs a month, and it was selling around the same. And keep in mind, this is all when I had like almost no money. I had my little initial investment, which was like $50 to $100 or something like that. And then I got hit by the car, which was $800. So that really boosted me. So keep in mind, I was not spending money on food. I was not going out to places. I was not buying clothes for myself. I wasn't buying shoes for myself. Everything I made was going back into the business so I could keep making more money and try to increase my capital. I didn't have a job. I didn't have anybody lending me money. So it was just a really slow build up. And you can just see we're just going slow through here. We're in March here, right? January, February, March. Yeah, we're in March here. You can see some of the prices, dude. Nike Dunk Purple Lobsters, paid $400, broke even on them. Now, I could probably sell the same pair for like 800. Absolutely insane. You can see I was buying a lot of Yeezys back then. Oh, no, actually not really. I mean, we had a few. We had these. I had Off-White Vapor Maxes. You can see I broke even on those. $12 loss here. But we're gonna fast forward into some of my bigger losses this year. You can see I wasn't taking too many losses, like $10 here, or did I? Actually, I don't remember. Oh well. You can see a $50 loss right here. What was this for? Some undercover reacts. Okay, yeah, I remember buying these. I honestly don't know why I bought them for $185, but you can see that was my mistake. I bought something that wasn't very in demand in the market at the time. Probably still isn't, but I sold them for a $50 loss. So you can tell I wasn't as tidy with my spreadsheet back then. Now I'm not missing any of that kind of stuff. And then you can see finally here, I'm starting to write down the names of people that bought it. I'm writing down where I got it from, and I'm writing who I sold it to, just in case if any problems ever arise, I could go back into my spreadsheet and look who I sold the shoe to, so I know who to contact. Let's see. Any big losses around here? Oh, okay, all right. So this was my first ever hold, the Nike Dunk Blue Fury. I don't know why I did this. I got caught up in the trend of holding shoes, and it was a big mistake. The shoe I chose at the time was the Nike Dunk Blue Fury, and I couldn't find anywhere to buy them. So I bought a whole bunch of off StockX. All these right here, up into the one that says offer up, I paid extremely high at the time. I was paying $30 to $40 over market because I was buying them on StockX, because no one had them in hand. And you can see I bought them on 6/8, sold them a little bit more than a month later for a $37 loss, $58 loss, $58 loss, $70 loss, $80 loss, $40 loss, $70 loss, $50 loss. I have no idea what that adds up to. Let's see. That adds up to a minus $468 loss. That adds up to a $468 loss. It's just, I don't really need to say more about that. Just, if you are going to hold shoes, well, first of all, if you have less than $30,000 in capital, I would not even think about holding shoes. Just quick flip, quick flip, quick flip, quick flip, quick flip, quick flip, quick flip. There's no point in you holding shoes from 3 to 6 months, even up to a year, for you to make $50 to $100 profit on that hold. When you could have got, I don't know, if you sell a shoe every 2 days and you make a $10 profit, you still would have made more. So yeah, once you get to the point where you have so much money, you're not able to spend it, so you have to have that money work for you in another way, then I would consider holding. But if you have under $30,000 in capital, just don't even think about holding shoes. Constantly quick flip, and you'll see how quick that money starts to grow. That was my first really big loss, and I was devastated. Yeah, dude, I was hurt. I honestly don't even think they go for this much now. They might go for a little bit, or they probably go for like exactly what I paid for. But yeah, I had to take my loss and just keep moving. But then you can see here, I went back to quick flips. You can see I lost a $50 loss there, and another loss on these Blue Furies. I think that was the same thing. But yeah, you can see here, wasn't taking too many losses. There should be a point where I do start to hit some losses again. We have an $87 loss right here. Yeah, I remember these. I actually gave these away because I bought them and they were absolutely destroyed. Someone skated in them, so they had holes on the side. They smelled awful. They weren't even like the color they were supposed to be. They were like black. They were so dirty. And I was like, dude, honestly, like, I'm not gonna make any money on this. So I just gave them away to someone. So that was an $87 loss. You can see a $41 loss here, Air Max 200 Crimsons. I actually lost these. I have no idea where they went. You can see I was buying a lot of stuff from Nike back then because I was able to get the coupons, and it was a pretty good source of income back then. But now they kind of tightened down on like how much stuff you can buy at the Nike outlet stores, and they're not dropping as many coupons. So it's kind of tough to buy stuff now. You still can occasionally, but it's just any other big losses this year. You see a $30 loss right there, $5 loss, not too many, $50 loss there. So now I was in a pretty good good rhythm. I was getting a flow for things and knowing what to price them at. And also this was the time my Instagram was growing pretty rapidly. So I didn't have a problem really selling stuff. You can see how quick some of this stuff sold. Like right here, I bought them on the 9th, or bought them on the 3rd, sold them on the 4th, bought these on the 3rd, sold them on the 4th, bought these on the 6th, sold them on the 19th, and that's not great, but sold these on the 3rd, or bought them on the 3rd, sold them on the 4th, bought these on the 3rd, sold them on the 10th. You see, bought these on the 12th, sold them on the 19th, bought these on the 12th, sold them on the 18th. See, like, just quick flips are your number one friend when you're starting, dude. Just constantly flipping that money and growing it, and it grows exponentially. Let's see, there was a stretch, I don't know which month it was in, but I was just down bad in losses. Did I miss something here? Okay, let me see if I can look it up. Control F, Chicago. Okay, well, at this point, I think I might have taken it down. Okay, well, actually, I don't know why I don't have it written down on my spreadsheet, but right here is when I bought these shoes from this kid, and I got sold a fake pair of Jordan 1. I still have them. Hold on. Let me go get them real quick. Let me put my phone in my pocket. I bought this shoe right here for my biggest loss ever. This Jordan 1 Chicago, brand new. Dude, I lost $1,400 on these. Yeah, there was not much I can do. They were fake. He didn't want to give me a refund. And he's a minor, so I can't really press charges or anything like that. So took a $1,400 loss on these. So that was extremely tough. That was, dude, I was devastated, bro. I thought I was never gonna come back from that loss, but you know, kept our head high, made a few videos, gained some money back from it. Getting scammed happens to everybody. It's part of the game, unfortunately. Like, you may not get scammed for $1,400, but definitely trust me, dude, you're gonna buy at least one fake or get scammed and lose your money on a chargeback or something like that. I can't tell you how many times I lost money in this year. I could go through and count them all, but that would just be way too much work. So yeah, that was definitely my biggest loss that year. But besides that, I mean, I don't think I had anything more than like a $200 loss after that, because USPS did lose packages a few times. Not too many, I think maybe 2 or 3 times. But yeah, that's also part of the game. There's not much you can do about that. So yeah, now for the moment you guys have all been waiting for. I'm gonna calculate everything I spent this year, and I'll get you guys how much I spent in 2020. It's gonna go through all this. All right, here we go. In total, in 2020, we spent $111,186. And in total, how much did we sell? We sold $128,000. So if we do some math real quick, 128,563.22 subtracted by 111,186.60, and we get a profit of $17,376. Of course, this is like before deductions and all that kind of stuff, like the off-white Chicago, or like the Chicagos and that kind of stuff, and like business write-offs and stuff like that. So I didn't make a total of $17,000. I made a little bit more if you count in like YouTube, brand sponsorships, and like other sources of income. This is just solely off of reselling. I made $17,376 in 1 year from zero, like I started the year with literally almost nothing, $50 to $100. And then I managed to turn that into $17,376 at the end of the year. I think I did pretty well for myself. Not to toot my own horn, but starting from zero and turning it into 17,000 is pretty good in my opinion. You know, some people might have made 100,000 in a year. Some people might have made 8,000, 5,000. This is just personally what I made. So hopefully this video was somewhat interesting to you guys. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see this video once a year, you guys can see how much I make in 2021. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Oh yeah, follow me on my Instagrams if you guys want to. They'll be on the screen right now, and they'll be down in the description below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I said, baby, like, whoa, I cannot feel anymore. Stuck to these bands like I need me some more, yeah. I have been rolling up doja, everything feeling so close. Think that I need me some closure. She tryna pull up to shows, nigga, I'm counting this dough.